Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5e and the spell Arcane Eye. Now if you have a look in the player's handbook on page 214, there is a section that describes how the spell works. This is a 4th level spell. It's a divination spell. It has a casting time of 1 action. It has a range of 30 feet. Its components are verbal, somatic and material, and you need a bit of bat fur to actually cast the spell. The duration is concentration, so you have to maintain it, and you can maintain the spell for up to 1 hour. You create an invisible magical eye within range that hovers in the air for the duration of the spell. You mentally receive visible information from the eye, which has normal vision and dark vision out to only 30 feet. The eye can look in every direction. As an action, you can move the eye up to 30 feet in any direction. There is no limit on how far away you can move the eye or how far away it can move, but it can't enter another plane or of existence or a realm of any kind whatsoever. A solid barrier blocks the eye's movement, but the eye can pass through an opening basically up to 1 inch in diameter. Anything smaller than 1 inch it can't get through. Let's have a look at our situation here. I have a tavern and there are some guards that are waiting for the heroes to actually enter the tavern and ambush them. They might also be mercenaries of some kind. Now they realise they might be in a situation where they could be ambushed, and so the wizard decides to cast the spell Arcane Eye. I'm going to use this particular miniature to represent our Arcane Eye to maneuver it around. I don't actually have an Arcane Eye miniature of any kind. It would be far too small, and it's invisible anyway because it's not really something you can actually see. So it's just a placeholder to represent where it would be. So as long as the gap between the door frame or the floor is no smaller than 1 inch, I can slot my Arcane Eye through there, or maybe through a keyhole if it's big enough, or a gap, an open window. So maybe the door is not an option, but if the window is slightly open, I can move my Arcane Eye around and move it as an action through the window, maneuver it around, put it under tables and chairs, check things out. I can move this to wherever I want. And there's no huge restrictions other than if there's a barrier that it can't move through, that the gap that it's trying to move through can't be less than 1 inch in diameter. Now, provided there's a big enough space or the doors are slightly open, I can then move the Arcane Eye through under the door if there's a big enough space, and check that out. If there isn't a space big enough, then I can't move my Arcane Eye through that doorway to check and see if there are guards there. I can move it up the stairs, anything like that. I can move it into the chimney area. I can move it over here into the other room because there's no door and there's a nice big space, and see, oh look, there are people waiting for me and they're trying to ambush me or whatever. I can actually check out my location. It's a very useful spell. I highly recommend it. That's pretty much everything I have on Arcane Eye. There's nothing else much to cover in here. If you found this video helpful or informative, please share, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I have other spell videos, so check them out in my playlist. And if you have any questions about Arcane Eye, put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer those questions. Until next time, keep rolling those 20s.